No, not digital art. I'm using the drawing board. Drawing board. There we go. That's the proper area. Liz, say some stuff. Let me get some balance on you.
I'm saying some stuff. Firu says hi, Memo.
Nice. All right. I think
The outsider.
we're about the
Yeah?
same volume, so I'm gonna
Okay.
start drawing. Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay. Morning or afternoon, depending.
You guys are gonna witness the thrilling beginning of a prelude comic, where what I do is I print off a template that tells me here's the area. I draw a prelude comic, and then to save paper, I trace it in blue line, like this.
You tracing, Dave.
Secrets of the pros. This is what you get to watch when you come early. The secrets of the pros. All the latecomers, they're not gonna get any of this good stuff. So Liz, I know you were talking a little bit about Chomp's agenda today. So
Yeah, actually, Chomps is with me right now.
just warn me if you're gonna like lizard it up over here. I don't want to have like a torpedo, a reptilian dragon just launched in my face with no
Well,
warning.
she's not full. I mean, she's been or not basking. She's been brumating all winter here.
I know I'm
couple
not
months.
questioning her status or whatever if she's loaded. I'm just saying like warn me before
No.
it's before I have lizards
No, I will.
up in my
I
grill.
will.
Yeah.
The lizard attack.
Yeah.
Attack of the 50-foot lizard. Yeah, she's with me. She's fighting.
She
a
better
little
not
bit
be
here.
50 feet. I think she came out of brumation too early. It's snowing today.
I know.
Very trademark confused Michigan March. It was warm and toasty yesterday, and now today it's snowing, and it was super windy last night. We're just all over the place.
Okay, well, she doesn't want to settle. She wants to go explore. So,
Okay, well, she's got a lot of things to check up on since she's been snoozing.
yeah, I actually, I filled that. You know, she likes to hide under that corner of the desk.
Oh, yes.
I actually filled it with a box, so she hasn't figured that out
Oh,
yet.
she's going to have
We're
a
gonna
rude
see.
awakening then.
I know that.
She's going to be trying to get in there the way she tries to get back into that library shelf, clawing out all the Berserk books.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
I don't know if she's trying to read Berserk, if she's like, oh, Kenturo Miura, you're so good, or if she's just like, I remember when I was hiding underneath here and I was insufferable for days. I think that's what she's doing, is she's remembering the good old days of when she was a completely insufferable brat, and we had to get one of those little like endoscopic cameras so we could look into all these like tiny little hiding places. That's back when she was a little worm. Now she is too big to do that.
That's true. Although, I mean, to be fair, that was back when she had the aquarium,
Yeah.
and now we're trying this new thing, where she's a little more free range because she really, really likes patrolling the areas.
She does like patrolling
And-
the areas. There's nothing she likes
Yeah.
more than patrolling the areas.
So I'm watching her humidity and all that to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
But she seems okay. Otherwise, we'll build a construction site or whatever she needs. But so far, so good.
Could always spritz her too. Just get a little spray bottle, go like.
Oh, I have that. Yeah.
It's a deterrent for cats and birds, but lizards apparently they love that shit.
Willie Silver says the snow is all gone.
I mean, it's flying around in the air right now.
No, where he's located.
Oh, where he's located. Oh, right. Other people
the lowland.
exist with their own frames of reference. I keep on forgetting
Good job, Dave.
that.
Good job. Just keep drawing the cartoon, people.
Just keep drawing. That's what I like to do. If any of you guys were in the Dreamcord or the Flux server, eventually it's all going to be the Flux server. So if you're in the Dreamcord, you might want to get used to the idea of migrating pretty soon. But I've been putting Dave Shares stuff up, and you've been seeing a lot of Volume 6. Pretty intense Volume 6 still page spread. I'm really pleased with how that came out.
Firu is asking how low do they get? Well, let's just say Tegus can make stinky mud pies. And they are gross, but cute.
I mean, they can be gross, but you give her baths now and then. She's pretty clean. I think they
Yeah,
like to
actually-
be clean. They try to do their business as far away from their home as they can. So it's not like they're like in their own poo like a pig or something like this.
No. I don't. She need a bath because when they come out of brumation, they're supposed to soak a little bit on enough. She's just so exploratory right now.
Yeah, well, she's been missing all of the fun.
I know. She's like, Snow, I gotta wake up right now.
Yeah, but I don't think it'd be fair to be like, oh, tegus are filthy creatures. Like, no, they're as clean as they can be,
No.
but it's not like they can like
Well, no.
scrub themselves, or in a domestic environment they can't decide to draw themselves a bath. Like, I think I will go and draw myself a bath this evening. It's like, no, they can't reach the faucet handle.
You're gonna draw yourself a bath.
Owner has to draw them a bath, or draw. And I'm drawing
Yeah.
pictures now. Ho ho ho.
Yeah. Okay. No, I think she definitely wants to see you, Dave. She's moving around a lot. She wants
Okay,
to
is this my warning? Is this my 10-second
Yeah.
tegu in my face warning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, yeah.
Okay, good. Because then I'm gonna go put her back where she belongs. Let's go look at Dave. Echo.
Hey, how's it going, Chomps? She's just gonna knock over the camera and I'll have to refocus. Yeah, there it is. The dinosaur sneaking in from the side. Chomps, are you camera shy? You don't want to be involved in this. She does not want to be involved in the camera. It's okay. I know she's being mean to you. She's carrying you around. You don't want to fly. I remember one of your worst memories is unwilling flying when you were a youngin'. All right.
Okay.
That's what a tegu looks like. Ta-da!
Do you remember doing Chinese dragon?
Doing Chinese dragon.
With her?
What is
Yeah,
that, like a
you're carrying
euphemism
her.
for hard drugs?
No.
Hey, you guys want to do some Chinese dragon?
Could be.
No, I remember when she was a little squirt, like a little spaghetti noodle, and I thought she was so cute. So I was like, "Would you like to fly?" So I picked her up and I made her fly and like soar through the air, and I thought she was into it, and then she woke up. Turns out she was. Turns out she was not into it.
Well, that's what I was referring to. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, I bet you want to fly." And she just wakes up and like starts freaking out, and I don't think.
Would
she
you
likes
think it's cool to fly? Answer no. They would not think it is cool to fly. It's not a thing that they would think.
Yep, it's Chomps. It's Lady Chomps.
Lady
If it was a male Chomps would have big like balloon throat stuff.
Oh, her throat ruff is getting a little more beefy lately.
Not that beefy. Like the male ones have like just these like inflatable. They look ridiculous.
Because I haven't seen enough pictures.
No. Looks like Hazen is somewhere, but I'm not sure where. And I heard Gabe is programming.
Yeah, I think Gabe had some serious coding concentration to do today, and it's like I can kind of draw and doodle in chat, but especially I can understand if someone is coding. It's like that's not really conducive to chitter chatter.
Well, Mama was gonna have a video for us today, but Grok is misbehaving.
Ah,
Paige is either
Grok is-
an anime chick or a cat box, but not Paige.
Grok is being a butt.
Yeah. Apparently her face gets covered in spider webs now.
Oh,
Let's do more testing.
that's fun. It's always fun when AI's like,
Science.
I'm gonna be creative. What if this product sample also had a propeller tadpole attachment? And it's like, what if it didn't?
Willie says, "Does she like a Rioneko? The more you feed her, the bigger she gets." Well, they grow anyway. That's a little more alligator. We were going more off of the alligator.
Yeah, I think anything in general that's kind of cold-blooded.
It's a metabolism thing.
Yeah.
But no, you should definitely feed your reptile. Actually, that's what we're gonna do later today. Is we're gonna see if she wants liver.
Yeah, I've heard that's a
Because
very good
they're supposed
wake-up,
to-
a good wake-up meal for them
Yeah.
because it's all high in nutrients and stuff.
Yep, and then she'll move on to like something a little more like ground chicken and berries.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, with her mouth, she can have salmonella in there, so make sure you rinse out your paper, Dave.
Rinse out my.
I think she's fine.
Okay, I'll be sure to like disinfect this
Yeah.
before doing my traditional licking of my own art. Not sure what you
She
think it
licked
needs
it
to
for
be
you.
disinfected for.
She licked it. It's okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure Hazen knows we're streaming.
Oh, I'll tell him. He's probably loses track of time over there.
No, we have plenty of reptile dysfunction here. And yes, we do. She's being a little more a little more cuddly now, which is great.
Yeah.
On TikTok, you can people always say tegus are cuddly, but I never saw that before. She always just like has places to be. But apparently now she's gonna settle.
Occasionally she'll cuddle up and take a nap with you, but I think that's just because you have this like nice thing going called being a warm-blooded creature with high body temperature.
Well, that's the thing we learned about the alligator, is that alligators or reptiles actually like blankets and soft pillows and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is really unusual. Unless you get to know them. Firu says in reality there are a few animals that have no cap on their growth. Catfish are one of them. Can't remember the others. I think goldfish are like that too.
I thought there was like some kind of an ocean creature. I don't know if it was like a trilobite or something. Where it was like a good premise for like a spooky movie where they're like the deeper you go, the larger their size is. It's directly proportionate to the depth of the water they inhabit. So then how big would they be at the bottom of the ocean? And then, that's the idea is they'd be giant monsters.
I think a Sharknado is one of them too.
No, Sharknado's not realistic. This is realistic. I need to believe in Bigfoot or trilobites that are the size of school buses.
How can you say Sharknado is not realistic when there were like sequels to it? There were sequels.
I don't base my perception of reality on number of sequels.
Actually, now that it's warmer, we're talking about getting her like kind of a bin of dirt, the coconut dirt, and letting her burrow. Do you remember doing that with the other tegu, Dave? Snap?
Yeah, they love to dig. Especially if you're taking them for like a walk outside in the park and they're like, I hate you, I want off this leash. They will just like go vertically down into the ground to get away from you. It's pretty impressive.
Oh no, that was a golden tegu. Golden tegus have a different personality than black and white tegus. Black and white tegus are like the puppy of the reptile world.
Yeah, if you want to call a golden tegu's disposition a personality, that's a nice euphemism.
Ooh, that was a biter. That thing.
You could plan your day around that bite. It's not going to let go. You think you're going to get
bitten? We pried him off with a spoon.
Pry him off with a spoon. Eventually
Chomps is not a gator.
No, yeah. Chomps is just a black and white tegu. But eventually we figured out with Snap, what you do is you get them to bite a glove so they think they are inflicting pain on you and they will refuse to let it go. And then once they're just like attached to the glove, they're not going to stop biting it, so you're pretty much safe to handle them or do whatever you need to do. I don't remember why we were handling Snap, but there was like some sort of pet ownership stuff.
There's the thing where the more you handle a reptile or an animal, the more kind of tame and social they get with you.
Theoretically, yes.
Well, yeah. So the plan, like with the alligator, was you would hold your reptile and watch a movie for like about 2 hours, and just sit there and pet the animal while you watch the movie, and that's a great way to speed up the amount of time it takes to get to know the animal.
It's kind of what I was doing with dove cakes, except I wasn't handling dove cakes, so dove cakes just got addicted to Road Warrior. That's all that happened.
I don't know why you did that. Dove cakes had an aquarium for the brief moment he was here, before he went over to the sanctuary. But you had to watch Mad Max with that dove.
I didn't have to. I just wanted to watch something because I was working on stuff. And
why did you pick Mad Max?
Why does anyone pick anything? Mad Max is cool, and I hadn't seen it in a while.
And
we just got the DVD, and I wanted to watch the DVD, and no one told me not to do the DVD, and the dove seemed fine with it. The dove seemed totally fine with it.
Well, he keeps coming back every year now by the window to see the sequels.
Yeah, they all love Road Warrior. Can you tell? They all wear, like, that's why they all wear the little, like, leather outfits and, like, the assless chaps, is because they all got influenced at a young age by that movie.
Okay, well, apparently Chomps wants to be in the living room. Chomps is gonna warm up here.
Oh, Chomps wants to be in the living room. David winning the popularity contest. I wonder if she remembers the outdoors yet.
Chomps is gone. Chomps is now under the couch.
Poof, under the couch. There is no tegu. What are you talking about? This never existed.
Nope. Nope. All right. Do you need to tug or pull on the glove to make them feel they're struggling to get away? He will bite down. He would bite down harder if you tried to pull the glove.
Snap, yeah, Snap would compress his jaws to try to inflict more pain. So, yeah, so I guess it does make a difference to the Golden Tegu if it thinks it is causing pain or not. If it thinks it's causing pain, it's going to amplify its efforts a little more.
It's really crazy because they look like the same animal, but I think the Golden Tegu is a little smaller. But again, the Golden Tegu is like a crazy, untamable machine, and the Black and White Tegu is just so social. So kind.
Yeah, it's like a derpy little like puppy type of creature. She does like neck rubs. I can tell sometimes when she comes over and chills, she's not just like indulging me. She's like, oh, actually, I'm getting rubbed on the neck. This is nice. She'll cool her jets for like a couple minutes and get some neck rubs before moving on with her business.
Snap and Tallahassee like neck rubs too. They all like neck rubs. Even Snap like that.
Yeah, but Snap wouldn't admit it. You could like give Snap a neck rub as long as he was pretending he was causing pain to an effigy of you. Would be the requirement.
Okay, so with Dave and his blues, basically what he's doing is he's sketching out what's going to... It's kind of like if you were penciling something and then you're going to ink it later to be the final.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain?
Yeah, the blues are where I get like a more loose, rough sketch out, and the blue line pencil, theoretically, doesn't get picked up by the scanner as much. So it's sort of like a way to get the foundation of the drawing down in a bit of a cleaner method. So instead of doing pencils and then inks, which is I guess the traditional comic thing to do, I will do blue line sketch and then pencils. And then so I sort of treat my graphite as though it is an inking process. Because I like it and no one can stop me. I will say this is actually pretty nice and light work compared to that Volume 6 double page spread I was doing this weekend. That was so fun, but it's very, very involved. Tons of perspective and geometric objects and rotations and explosions and shell casings falling over. I actually scanned that in separate passes because I think separating out the characters and their gear from the background was going to be so much of a chore otherwise.
You should show them your placemat that you made.
I could bust that out later, but I want to get a little traction on this prelude first.
Okay, is it in the usual folder over there? Folder. I'm sorry, the drawers.
Yeah, actually, I think I filed it in the drawer, I believe.
All right, do you want me to go get that, or do you want to keep working?
You can grab it if you want.
Or like what? I'm sorry. It's okay.
Just be careful not to trip over the dragon. She's going places. Yeah, Chomps, I see you.
Okay, well, she wants to go back over to her light or something. She likes patrol. Hey. It's a big day. Don't poop. Don't do it.
What, now you don't want her to poop before you're like, oh...
Not on the carpet!
What did you think the carpet was there for?
She seems kind of cold.
Is she a chilly gator?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not a gator. But...
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not sure where your two-page spread went because I was organizing stuff.
Oh, is it not in that... Did you organize it into oblivion?
Yeah, I was flipping through pages.
Did you organize it into Trolls 4?
Yeah, I did. I did exactly that. Also, the lizard's now in the bathroom. Why not?
She'll go from like just MIA completely for months, and then suddenly she's in every room, like superpositioned simultaneously.
MIA? You lose track of her?
No.
She likes to think we do, but no.
No, they go into kind of like, it's like a hibernation, but it's called brumation. It's like hibernation, but they
Oh,
empty
she's
their stomach.
ruminating. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't know why we have a separate word for that. It's like hibernation. It's like, oh, okay. So it's hibernation. No, we call it brumation. Oh, how is it different from hibernation? Well, it's like hibernation. Okay. Let's just make more words to confuse things.
Yeah, Mammo says he's struggling to see anything. That's because Dave's blue pencil it's kind of like an animator pencil. Animators use it when they do traditional work.
Oh, is he doing grease pencil stuff?
Yeah, blue
No,
line
not
sketch.
blue pencil.
So you guys are gonna be not seeing a whole lot, because that's the whole point of the blue line pencil. So this is optimized for me to.
Oh, it's this shit again.
Yeah, you're-
Okay.
Sorry
That's why I
guys,
can't see anything.
it's optimized
We
for me
gotta
to.
we gotta figure out a way to get this more visible or something through
me
like
try
a
to-
filter or like a light.
Let me see if I can stick. I've got a light here. Let me see if I can stick the light closer, without smashing my microphone into oblivion. The cord only goes so.
So I don't
far.
know if having it like on over top of it will be better. I think maybe
It doesn't make a big
it may
difference.
make it better.
I think people are just gonna have to
But it's
accept.
blue light. Yeah, it's the blue lines though.
Yeah, people are just gonna have to accept, like when I'm doing like a blue line sketch, it's going to be light, it's going to be ethereal, and then later on when I start doing the graphite, if I get to that step, it'll be a little more juicy. But meanwhile, you guys, this is the exciting process. This is the thrill ride. This is how the sausage is made.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, me.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. I'm not saying the chat on YouTube.
You're not seeing
Hi,
the chat on YouTube? Okay, like, does it not exist anymore, or is YouTube changing how they do stuff? I don't know.
Maybe everybody's really quiet.
I surprised him. Monday ambush.
Okay. Maybe it's because I can't see anything. They're saying that it looks better with the softer light. The brighter light washes out the blue lines.
The brighter light nukes. Okay, we'll go back to
Yeah, I don't know how much that is going to help with the light over top of it. It seems maybe though, like if it's like darker, it's easier to see it.
I know. Hazen, normally he has the blue lines done ahead of time, but he was finishing up his 2-page.
I wanted to do a 2-page spread. I wanted to do a 2-page spread this weekend. I wanted to
Oh,
get it done.
You sure did that. Jeez.
I'm sorry,
you
everyone
sure-
watching the
are you sure
stream,
it's
but
gonna-
my priority is I want to produce as efficiently and as much as I can. And what will look cool on stream, I care about it like a little bit in theory, but it's a secondary concern, honestly.
I know you told me that this is in the drawer, and I don't remember if it's in the drawer.
Yeah, I filed it in there.
Okay.
Unless I didn't file it in there. Hold on, let me check my zippy folder here, just in case I'm punking you.
You know what? I'm gonna organize this entire drawer.
You're gonna organize that whole drawer?
2020.
No, I can't show that because it'll be spoilers about what else happens on the page. Yeah, it's not in here. It's in. You sorted it. You organized it into oblivion. Great job organizing. More like disorganizing.
Go find your lizard.
What do you mean?
Chaos.
It's not my job to go lizard hunting.
Chaos. The dragon of chaos.
In the middle of a stream, I just got done saying how I don't prioritize the stream, but now suddenly I do if there's a chore out on the other side of it.
Oh, good. Now I have something to do for 2 hours. Is organize your graphite paperwork here, which I was gonna do last night, which is great.
Listen, I just put it in the little drawer that I'm supposed to put it into. I'm such a.
Well,
I'm
know.
behaving so well, incredibly well. People
You are.
people are
Very
amazed
good.
at how well I'm behaved.
Well, no, you're trained. It's my fault because I wanted a specific paper out of the drawer, so I pulled the whole thing out to dig out that paper.
I don't know if I
I
like
got
the word
paper.
trained as much as behaved. Could we say like accomplished instead of trained? Does that make me feel more better?
And then when you
Does
do the right thing, we look how you graduated. How's that?
Yeah, like if
graduated.
there's some sort of like
You're
rewards or like little prizes or incentives, you can pretty much get me to do whatever. That stuff works. Call it like an achievement. You know, it's like, oh Dave, did you just cook lunch on time? Achievement unlocked, and then I'll just have this glow about me. If you make like a little alarm clock where the alarm just sounds like listen, 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 link, like that helps too.
Mm-hmm.
They have a thing like that now. They have like a Nintendo made like a alarm clock that plays like clips and music from Nintendo games, which you could just put on like a phone or something. But like I don't know, they did it where it's like official now, and I want to say the clock even has like some what of like not like super powerful, but it has like enough hardware in it where people have put Doom on it and played it.
Oh, cool. I love how Doom has turned into like the index of like how much can you code on this particular substrate. People are like, well, I actually took a handful of sand from the beach and I threw it onto an abacus and I configured it in such a way that you can play Doom on my sand abacus, a sabacus I call it.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's become like a weird amorphous yardstick. Like
Yeah.
it's not really a measure of anything. It's just, can you put a game on a thing? Whereas like, can you play Doom on an alarm clock or a refrigerator? Yeah, you can. That's because the refrigerator and probably alarm clock too are actually just like a tablet that's just built into some other kind of chassis, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. But the I don't know what that's supposed to be a measure of, but people just, I don't know. I think just people do it because it's fun to see if they can actually just get it to work on something.
I feel like we need to designate units for using Doom as like a metric. Like if something can run Doom like at normal speed, that's like one Doomit. Not sure if Doomit is the right word.
One Doomit.
Yeah, one Doomit. How many Doomits? It's like horsepower for cars, Doomits for computers. I would understand that before I could understand like RAM and whatever gigabytes.
Oh boy, speaking of hardware, Crimson Desert comes out this week, guys. Who here is getting Crimson Desert? No one? Just me?
Crimson Desert? That sounds like a cool name for something. What's it? It's a video game, I presume, right?
Yeah, it's a video game. It's coming out. It's by well, I can say all this and you still won't know anymore. Basically, if you don't know anything about Crimson Desert, it is made by this company called Pearl Abyss. God, I have something in my throat. Give me just one second.
No problem.
All right, that should be better. It's made by this company called Pearl Abyss. Pearl Abyss made, what are they famous for? They made a MMO called Black Desert Online, and that MMO got like a cult following. It's been around for more than 10 years, I think, so it's doing fine. But the appeal of it is that it has a really, really robust character creator, which I do not think you can create characters in Crimson Desert. But it has a really, really robust character creator, and it has a really cool... I've never played Black Desert Online, so I don't know. This is not my opinion, but it is widely accepted. The consensus on Black Desert Online is that the combat system is one of the most active and involved and interesting and like best combat systems in an MMO.
Cool.
So they've brought that to a single player experience now with Crimson Desert. And whereas a lot of people will tell you that a lot of the other stuff in Black Desert Online that's not combat is very bare bones. Like you can get horses and breed them and sell them. I don't know how bare bones it is. I just always hear from people that it's not. It obviously the love, all the juice went into the combat, right? With Crimson Desert Online, supposedly the promise is that the combat will be even better than Black Desert Online, but also all the other stuff will be like not bare bones now. That's not like an official promise that they've made. That's just like from their trailers and stuff. You can tell that there's a heavy focus on things like that aren't usually in these sort of adventure games, like exploration. And there's like, people want you to explore in these games, but this one has I think a lot of like the progression is even centered around exploration. Like the way they make it look in the trailers is that to progress in the game and get like stronger and get more abilities, you have to actually go fight people and see them do those abilities and stuff, and then you can kind of learn them, and then you have to discover these like artifacts that are how you, I think, kind of level up, or at least that you level up something, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's gonna be good, but what it promises is incredible. Like, it's this gigantic open world that has really good, like, semi-realistic fantasy graphics. There's all kinds of mounts and magic and stuff that you can do. There's all kind of different sorts of combat you can do. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the trailer with the guy doing like wrestling moves. He's in like full armor where he's got like a sword and shield, but he's like jumping up and doing drop kicks and stuff, and he's jumping up like 80 feet in the air and like doing a big drop kick down on like some guy on the ground, killing him. You can grab and grapple people and like throw them around, carry them around. You can like pin them down on the ground and just beat their ass and stuff. I think everybody can do kind of the same stuff to you too, so you have to be careful. But like that there's never really been a thing like that. The closest thing I've seen is Dragon's Dogma. And Dragon's Dogma has 3 games in it. Well, you know, if you count Dragon's Dogma Online, which I do. Dragon's Dogma has 3 games. Dragon's Dogma 2 was a fun game, but it was sort of a disappointment. I don't know, it really wasn't. It's Capcom. If you've played a Capcom game in the last 10 years, you know what I'm talking about. It's just not as good as it really should have probably been. And it wasn't what people wanted in a sequel.
Didn't Capcom also do the X-Men and Mega Man fighting games too? Street Fighter?
I think, like, if you're talking about Capcom versus Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, Marvel versus Capcom. There's I think 3 or 4 of those games, and yeah, that was something that was wholly produced by Capcom, but they licensed a bunch of the Marvel characters. I think there's also like a Marvel versus SNK, or I don't remember. Actually, I don't know if Capcom produced those games. They might have just licensed them. That might be a Sammy thing. I don't know. I'm gonna look that up now. Marvel versus Cap. God, this fucking internet here.
Huh. I actually have the concept art book of the Marvel and Capcom.
Worth some money. Developers, Capcom, Backbone, Aiding, and Iron Galaxy.
Well, anyway,
So, yeah, it would make sense that Capcom probably did the development for it mostly, but I just didn't know of any other fighting games that they had made, so I don't know.
so if you take a look on Amazon, I think the book is still available, and it has a lot of kind of not vignettes. It's like you have a group of characters all together in a poster, all their faces,
Yeah.
a bunch of those, and then they have a couple like action layouts where they show off like how the character's gonna fight.
Oh, like
in the games. Really cool.
what do they call those? Like the sprite sheets?
Not really. Like, I know what you're talking about. I didn't see a lot of
sprite sheet. Yeah.
There wasn't a sprite sheet in the book, which I really was looking forward to. But more of like a planning on like the up-down arrows versus the poses of the character, which was neat. And then the book actually focused on the different video games, because it's not just one; it's like a whole collection of them. I'm only familiar with the Marvel vs. Street Fighter 101 player game. But I just thought it was a really interesting book, like when we do the skirmish animation.
Yeah.
The skirmish game.
It's always good to have more inspiration, and I've got a lot of animation to do for that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully when Gabe works on some of that coding issue, we can get back to doing a lot of rad animation on stream here.
Yeah, which I think that's actually what he's busy with right now. He was like, hey guys, on stream I can't really code and talk, and I want to get some coding done. So I cussed him out for a few hours, and I was like, okay, fine.
Goddamn, fuck you!
Who the fuck am I supposed to talk to, Gabe? Am I supposed to talk to myself? No one wants to listen to me talk. I'm not interesting, you fucking idiot. I need other people. I need support.
I was talking to him this weekend, and he was talking about how, like, he was just showing me I'm learning things about coding just because I'm like seeing the things Gabe has huge problems with.
Yeah.
And like the code that we inherited from this before the previous guy who did all this shit was let go, it is unreal. It is like a major, everything is like dependent on each other. There are things with the card states that are dependent on the fucking UI. There are things in the UI that are dependent on the fucking like what do you got, the resolve counters and stuff, like stuff that should never, it's literally like he went in and just went like, oh, I need to like reference this part of this code for this method or something, but I don't want to go look up where that was. So I'm just gonna have like a thing where I just copy and paste random stuff, and he'll just copy and paste stuff into code. And it's like, I mean, I don't know that this was his motivation, but if I was with a company and I was trying to like make all these interdependencies that were impossible to remember, and I was gonna bury it, and I was gonna be like, well, I'm just gonna like do this now, and I'm never gonna work on this again, so it doesn't, you know, it won't need to be maintained or anything, which is a horrible way to code anything. Horrible way to code a Python script for like a Discord bot. The way I would do things would be the way that he did things. I would just make all these stupid mistakes, and when they didn't work, I would just bury them under like 10 feet of concrete code and just like be like, all right, well, now it works. And it makes sense to me now why when this previous guy that was here, when he was here, we would see like an update on the game, and it would be like, okay, well, there's new stuff we should look at and make sure that it's working right. And some things they would be like programmer choices. They would be things where like, oh, well, this would not make sense to a human, right? Like I don't know how to even describe some of the stuff, like your discard pile and your deck. Your discard pile and your deck should both be on your side of the field, on your left and right side, or on one side, right? He had them where your discard pile and everything is like on the right, like horizontal side of the field. Your discard and deck are over there, meaning that your discard pile or your deck is going to technically be on your opponent's like vertical side of the field.
Oh, that's gonna be really confusing.
It's very difficult to put into words, but it's disorienting, and that's not how these games normally work. So I would say, okay, well, this seems to work okay except for these bugs, but these things need to be on the same side because that's what people who play these kinds of card games are used to, and we don't want to change that. We don't want to, for no reason, have to make people get used to something different that doesn't bring any benefit to be different, right?
Yeah, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel if like the wheel is what you need in that position. Yeah.
We don't need that. And he would, like, anytime I would ask for like this thing that already exists needs to be changed in like X, Y, and Z kind of ways, he would always be like, oh well, that's gonna take a whole lot of time to change that. And I would always be like, why would that take a whole lot of time? And now I know, because the way it seemed like, and again, I don't know if he was doing this intentionally, but if this was my intent, this is certainly how I would do it. It seemed like he was just making everything as he went, and just like thinking he was no one ever was going to have to go back in and open this code up and like fix a bug or change something, which is horrible. And if we probably spotted that earlier on, we would all be a lot better off. But
I mean, especially because like specifically with Skirmish, the whole idea was we need a robust basic framework, because in the future we want to create more characters and expansions and add them to this framework. So we can't have we
explicitly explain that to him.
Yeah, it was very, very clear. So it's a little bit irksome that this guy was like, again, I don't want to say like deliberate, but I guess just like big picture, that's one of the key things about producing content at this level, is you have to make sure that you are partnering with the right people, because if you partner with incompetent people or people that are just like fronting, you're gonna pay a big, long, heavy price correcting their issues. But you know, fortunately, we have the the wherewithal and the perspicacity to be like, well, you know what? If they fuck this up, let's go ahead and unfuck it, and the show must go on.
Well, yeah, you don't want to pay somebody, work with them for like 5 to 10 years, and then it turns out there's nothing to show, and they were just lying to you the whole time.
Yeah. Many such cases.
Well, yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Yep.
That's why I think one of
But
the
that's kind of what is exhausting himself doing right now.
Poor Gabe.
Because he's like, he showed this to some other coding friends of mine and like their friends, and he was like, I had an AI go in and look at this code and map out all like the inner dependencies, and it just looks like a schizophrenic spider web.
Oh no.
It looks like the world's dumbest spider made a fucking spider web that would catch nothing. And then he said every single one of them was like, dude, just delete everything you have and start over. It'll be easier.
Man.
I've asked him a couple times too, like, because this started like last year. I've asked him a couple times, like, hey, now that you're doing all the coding project stuff or leading it, like, is there have you ever regretted not doing that? Have you ever regretted not just like deleting everything and then just like starting over? And he's just like, no, well, no, and it is frustrating, and it probably would have been easier, but I'm going through and I'll actually looking at all this stuff, just like I'm learning a lot about code, so it's like worth it to me to do that.
Everybody levels up, and then we can do things that we could not do on our own before, and I think that's a good path forward. That's a lot better than just being like, well, we ran into an obstacle, I guess we're done. There's gonna be plenty of obstacles, but you gotta keep on going if you want to make really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, everyone can breathe a sigh of relief. I think I have got the blues on this piece ready to the point where I can start putting some
I was
graphite
gonna do
down.
that too. I got the blues.
You guys are all...
Do you remember the Kraft
Remember
macaroni
those
and cheese?
old Kraft macaroni
Yeah.
and cheese commercials?
I think it's interesting that this music is alive in my psyche, not because of the music, but because of marketing, because of ads.
Yeah. Successful marketing.
It is as soon as psychologists got involved in marketing, like what was that, in the 1950s, it just got downright diabolical how effective it was. It's amazing.
Hey Dave, a
Yeah.
chat question for you. I'm answering it in text. But,
Yeah, sure.
they were trying to look at some of our earlier art that we posted on Twitter and YouTube posts, but
Oh,
they
okay.
stopped scrolling after a certain time period. Is there a place to see your older posted stuff?
My older,
DeviantArt?
I know DeviantArt has things that I posted way back, but I don't think that has a lot of my high school art on there because I never posted stuff like that old.
No, just in general. Like in general, do you have, like we're on DeviantArt. Are we Dreamkeepers on DeviantArt or Dreamkeepers comic?
I think it's linked on our link tree, and if you go to our website, we got all the stuff like there.
Oh.
I can't remember everything offhand. That's why we have a link tree. So if you go to our website, scroll down on the homepage a little bit, there's links to everything, including our active art accounts.
I'm on a computer where I'm not sure I can get that link tree too easily. I'll get it for them.
What are they looking for? The Twitter?
Like any old art accounts where we have a bunch of our stuff archived.
Well, Twitter's not really good for archives. I don't know what that would be on.
Probably, I think
DeviantArt or
DeviantArt.
something.
Yeah, DeviantArt is probably our most consistently updated art account. But again, I don't think I have most of my like old high school stuff. I'm sharing some occasional scans of that.
But they're not asking about high school. They're asking about anything in general.
Oh, anything in general. Well, there's a lot of early Dreamkeepers art on there because I started posting on DeviantArt. Actually, probably right around the inception of Dreamkeepers. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, I've put stuff on there from like 2007, I think. At least
Yeah.
2009.
Well, not the inception then, but like early on in its development.
All right. Oh, nope, that's Discord. Let me get the... We used to have a bunch of stuff on Facebook, but they knocked us off of Facebook.
Bye bye. Bye bye. No more Facebook, yeah.
Bye bye. Man, I hate Facebook. Do you know they found out Facebook is behind all the fucking like age verification, give your ID to your computer OS thing now?
Really amazing. Facebook, the company that's notorious for like in horrible, unethical ways harvesting and like abusing the data of its users. They're trying to make sure that everyone has to also harvest like more data than they need. Color me shocked.
Also famous for like children being abused and like weird. Like there was a group for Facebook stuff that was just like pictures of random children and stuff for a long time before it finally got taken down.
Oh jeez.
And there was also, do you remember that one instance of Facebook where like some Facebook staff person put out like a poll and it was like, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like, do you think pedophilia should be a crime? Do you think like having like an adult having like relations with a child should actually be a crime?
Wow.
And one of the options was like, no, I think it shouldn't be a crime. And later they like rescinded it. Later they rescinded it and they were just like, oh, well, that wasn't supposed to be posted. You know how people do that? They'll do something and then there's like social media outrage and they'll be like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
But like,
those in our do not
here.
send this email folder of emails.
Yeah, the email folders.
Yeah, one of those.
Yep.
yeah.
I also wasn't
So
Facebook
they
also
sent that out.
there was also like a scandal. I don't read up on all these Facebook scandals. I just saw it blitz by on social media, but something involving like people that were abusing their terms of service and doing like literal scams that were exploiting people and cheating them in the Facebook marketplace. But all they had to do is pay a surplus on their advertising in Facebook. So if they paid Facebook off enough, they got a free reign to just criminally scam people through Facebook.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Dave, would you like a compliment?
A compliment? Yes, please.
Sam on YouTube says, all of you make beautiful work, by the way. I hope you are truly happy with your work and talent.
Oh, thank
you so much.
Thank you very much.
And there's a smiles and there are hearts, so it's gonna be a good day.
All right.
Thank you, Sammy Smiley Hardy.
Yeah, I think I'm generally a very happy person, even when I talk about Facebook. But I think the key to an artist being like satisfied with their work is, it's like if you're climbing up a mountain, right? Art is awesome because you can always get better. So there's never really like a pinnacle where you're like, well, now I can stop. I did it. It's done. You can always improve, but you gotta like look back at the footsteps that have brought you to this level that you're at on the mountain and realize, hey, every footstep brought me a little closer to being higher level in what I do. So I think the key to happiness with your work as an artist is enjoy what you're doing, appreciate what you've accomplished, and then also maintain like a healthy excitement to learn more and get even better. And because I feel like sometimes, based on what you see on social media, a lot of artists get like really down on themselves, like, oh, I'm not as good as I want to be. And it's like, well, just love what you are doing, enjoy it, and then if you're exploring ways to get better, that's cool, right? That's what I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Do we remember the first V picture we uploaded on DeviantArt? We actually looked at those a little bit ago. I think one of the first ones we uploaded was a print where it has her with the boyfriend gun and then a bunch of sketches behind it. That was one of the first, but she also appears earlier in a commercial we did.
Yeah, she was. That was the commercial I think we put out in 2010 on YouTube. We were gonna put it out on Adult Swim, but that didn't. That contact person disappeared. But yeah, so she was in production 2009 for that, and I think she was introduced. If I'm guessing, I think she was introduced like 2008 in Prelude.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have a whole bunch of. I think we have all of the concept art scanned in, and I made a video on YouTube about her production. 2. I'm looking at an advanced sketch trying to figure out if this is part of volume 6 or not. Ooh.
I feel like they're
I'm not sure.
changing around my Toonami YouTube playlist. YouTube, what are you doing? I have that playlist because you will not copyright strike me for having that playlist. And then they're mixing. Not that I don't like Akira remix stuff, but I don't know if that's copyrighted to someone else. Well,
Yeah, Mammal says 2008 seems about right. Yeah, we looked into that a little bit ago to clarify when we created the character V.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna hit the restroom. You guys keep the chat alive.
It's alive. It's alive.
It's alive.
It's alive.
It's a
Science.
lie.
You know what? There's I don't know why the 80s had some really good songs that are just kind of out of nowhere, just really interesting, like Blinded Me with Science. And I just feel like the music industry will never be doing that again. Yeah, isn't it just good? Ooh. She blinded me with science.
Science.
Science. I
What a
always think
fucking
of
weird
the
song.
I know. I always think of the doc from Back to the Future with like a girlfriend, just like.
I always think of like Mr.
Background.
Lizard or like a really weird old like guy with crazy fucking hair. Not like Christopher Lloyd, like a guy.
Aw.
I specifically always think of like a mad scientist with like a mustache, like a big white mustache,
Okay.
the big weird
As-
like
Yeah.
spaced out teeth. Like the guy in RoboCop. You know the guy in RoboCop. I'd
No.
buy that for $1. That guy.
What? Never,
I imagine
I don't
like
remember
that guy,
that.
but like a mad scientist role for him when I hear that song. I don't know why.
Science. That
Yeah.
and Mr. Roboto. There's some weird. I wish like there's so many 80s movies, not movies. I'm sorry. It's 80s 80s music videos that could have been animated. That would have been so great. I just imagine cute little stupid cartoons, and then the actual music video is just people with like strobe lights on guitar.
Yeah.
Kind of disappointing.
The
the
imagination
Spark
is always better than
3.
whatever they put out
Yeah.
there.
I know.
The factory that just makes sparks all day.
It makes sparks all day.
Yeah, those old like 80s rock videos where they're just playing guitar in like a weird factory and there's just all these machines like banging together at the factory and they're just making sparks. And it doesn't appear like the factory actually makes any sort of product at all.
Sort of like Dr. Frankenstein's lab. Everything is just like one of those like plasma balls or like cool electrical displays and like
Yeah, like Dr. Wiley or Dr. Willie as you've written it there. Yeah,
I
like
don't know
Dr.
what that
Willie
is.
from McGammon.
Oh, whatever.
It's
Gammon.
from it's Dr. Wiley is the bad guy from Mega Man. It's based on Albert Einstein.
Oh, is he? I didn't know Albert Einstein was getting up to that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
they based Dr. Light, the good guy, off Thomas Edison, sort of like the way he looks, and they based Dr. Wiley, the bad guy, off Albert Einstein, because you know, for a while the Japanese people were not so into Einstein.
I wonder
At
why
all.
not.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I know that it was. They really kind of were not big fans of him and his theory of relativity and all that.
3 stars. 3 stars on the relativity.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
they gave him a 2-star review on Yelp.
to be fair, it has a lot of internal contradictions that can't be resolved. So that's why we can't have a grand unified theory just yet.
Well, they say they missed V's initial design with her longer pointed nose muzzle, but her current design is good too. V is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah. I feel like her. I don't know. I was looking at the head shape. She became a little cuter over time. Actually, I'm looking at a sketch of her right now.
Yeah,
It's
her
on
like
file.
early, I guess there's like, you could call it early installment weirdness. Her early installment design, she really had more of a head shape, almost like a whip.
It looks like her head got
Yeah, she
wider. I'm
did.
looking at a volume 6 page here.
Yeah.
Her head got a little wider. And I think her ankles got smaller. Oh well. We grow.
Does her...
Doodle Boodle is not too late for the stream, everybody. Doodle Boodle is an hour late, but that's okay.
Welcome to the stream! You didn't miss
We
anything
were talking
that much.
about you. We were talking about you, Doodle Boodle, for a whole hour.
No, I was doing
And
blues.
now-
Talking
you're
about
here.
you.
You came at the good part. The whole first hour I was doing blues. Stinking blues. No one likes to look at the blues when I do the
We
blues.
can look at the blues,
But
babe.
now I'm doing graphite. Whoa! Graphite, ooh. Oh, so incredible. When were people learn blues are just part of the process?
Yeah, he normally has the blues done ahead of time. But he had
Yeah,
to
I don't
watch.
know. I don't know if streaming the
As a-
blues is like a
It's not.
great thing for the way we
It's
have
not.
the things set up there. It's
No,
very,
I know, he's-
it's very, very hard to see.
I know, I'm sorry. We try to avoid that, but it just ended up this way.
Yeah, sometimes that's what's on the drawing board, and I don't want to like be
Literally.
like, oh, the stream is canceled today because I don't have this thing quite at the stage where it's optimal for the stream. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna. I just figure it's just better to keep a consistent schedule.
Sometimes you're just gonna have to do it. I don't know. Maybe there's like a color of light that would bring that out a little more or something. Like I don't know, like a green light or red light or something.
I don't know. Even in person, like it's relatively faint. Like it's not a very prominent visual thing. Because that's the whole point of it.
There
is that
must
it's
be
like a
some
more
sort of
faint line.
filter we can put over it or something. I don't know.
I'll just generally try to have the blues done before stream, as a general guideline. But sometimes people will have to suck it up.
I don't think you suck.
That's not what I said. Is that what I said?
Anyway. Somebody is saying that they hate being late to our streams. They're actually saved on YouTube. I'm trying to get the link here, which is why I'm a little off today.
Oh yeah, I think YouTube tends to archive them, which is kind of nice. It's handy.
There you go. On YouTube, we are Vivid Publishing. So if you miss a stream and it's a safe for work stream like today, you can go and catch the original hour on YouTube. You're welcome, Doodle Boodle. We weren't really talking about you because we don't know you that well, but I'm sure it would be a nice thing. I just had to clarify.
Liz, you just disoriented their whole day. They're like, what the hell?
Now they have to watch. They have to watch all the back streams.
That's how we're
They
gonna.
were talking about me in March.
You guys, that's
They're
how
talking
we.
about me in February.
That's how we grow the stream. One by one, we DM everyone on the internet, and we tell them that we're talking about them. Then they'll have to watch.
You guys, they were talking about you on January 10th.
I think
Go
that's
watch the stream.
that's like the format for like an internet scam is like a DM where it's like, oh, you got to see what they're saying about you over here, and then it tries to get you to click a link.
Click the link. We had that one time. It was probably Twitch.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
That's
I don't know if
very-
it's like exclusive to Twitch. I think that's just like a general
No.
internet scam type of. Because
It was
everyone's like,
somewhere.
"What? Someone's talking about me?" And your psychology is to think that that's realistic. Like someone's gonna be talking. Like no one fucking cares. It's fine. Just relax.
Okay, so they thought the point of the light table was to have the light underneath to illuminate the drawing from underneath, eliminating the shadow of your hand and making it easier to see. That's true, but that's if you're layering paper. Please explain, Dave.
Yeah, this light table, it is actually. I did get a glass table so I could stick a flashlight under there and do cell animation more easily. Well, not cell animation, technically paper and pencil animation. But since the time we got this desk, I've mostly moved it over to Blender and Clip Studio. So I don't really use the glass for animating by hand with paper and pencil the way I did before. But it's kind of nice just in case, and occasionally it still comes in handy, like if I'm doing like a character art where it's like, oh, the clothing is on a different layer or something. You know, the Patreon people, they like the variants sometimes. So for that reason, sometimes it's actually handy to like use this to get transparency effects, and I can like see a piece of paper underneath. So it occasionally comes in a little bit handy. Plus it's easy to clean, which is good.
The reason I like glass tables is they look really good, and like Dave said about the light table. But if he had a big, like, chunky, I don't know, like a brick, I mean, it would really look like he was walled in the corner. And the glass gives him like a little breathing room.
Yeah, it does actually make it feel a little less claustrophobic, a little less like I'm just like in like a literal living in a box, living in a cardboard box, I'm living in a box. A little less like that.
Yep.
Hoping more people will post their AI art on the Fluxer server. There are like 12 posts on there. Yeah, Fluxer has not been widely adopted yet by the community, and there's only a small portion of the community that actually makes any AI art anyway. I
Question
think
for
Mamo
Dave.
and a couple other people are on there though, so you can look forward to that, I guess. Or you can just learn how to drive these AI things and make some of your own.
Firu wants to know if the underlighting makes it easier to see the blues. I would say no. What do you think, Dave?
It'd probably make it more difficult to see the blues, I think. Yeah, I think the underlighting, like, well, actually, I can just experiment real quick. Why not? Flashlight over here.
Oh, Are you loose?
I'm loose.
Got out of your cave? Your corner?
Yeah, so stick a flashlight underneath. Yeah, I think it would actually make it more difficult to see the blues if there was a light underneath it. Because at that point, it's kind of illuminating like the texture of the paper itself, which starts to drown out the line work a little bit.
Where's the Fluxer, sir? Hold on, I'm gonna go look in there and see what's in there. There's not yeah, there's not a whole lot of stuff in the AI chats on there. It's mostly Mamo, it looks like.
Eventually we'll move it all over, but it'll be easier if we can get some more integrations hooked up first.
It will be, and if nobody else does them, I may try to find a way to do them myself.
So I know that site is a backup for the Discord, just in case they get a little too personal getting the facial stuff.
Well, there's not really
Kinda, yeah.
there's not really a just in
It is
case.
the-
Like they're going to get too personal, so it's like not really
Yeah.
a backup. It's going to be a replacement for the Discord.
Did they seriously think people weren't going to react to that? Did they think everyone was going to be like, "Oh well"? And
They don't care. They don't care. They know that. They know there'll be a portion of people who want to do that. I remember. There's probably some people like they think it's going to go the way some of the other stuff will go, and with furries, I think it will go that way because like sex and like being able to engage in like their fetishes and stuff is like one of those things that's not disposable for them.
Yeah.
But they'll do it like I think it was VR Chat. VR Chat did this. They like a couple years ago, VR Chat people were modding in like paid features. They were modding in a bunch of stuff, but one of the things was like paid features that they have for their subscription service, which was the only way they had to make money. And so they told these people like, hey, you can do mods, but don't mod in paid features. And everybody was like, okay. And then some people still modded in paid features, so their board or whoever it is that's in charge of VR Chat was like, well, we're gonna put easy anti-cheat on there, and there's not gonna be any more mods at all, and the features that people want the most, we'll just make them actual features of the game. And not the worst thing ever, but people were ready to go to fucking war over that because they're losing their mods, right? And there were people swearing they were never going to play VR Chat again. Like I remember when that was like there was like an uproar about that, right? And they went absolutely nuclear about it. And then later, I think after that, they were like, hey, you can be it's totally optional, but if you want to be verified in the game as 18 plus, you can do this thing with Persona, the same company Discord was going to use, and the same process Discord was going to use, where you can upload your face and open your mouth and turn your head to the side, and then you can have like you can like show your ID or take a picture of your ID or something, and and then suddenly everybody was just like, well, I don't mind doing that.
Hey, Hazen. What AI would you recommend to beginners?
What AI would I recommend to beginners? It's not really like I don't know. It's difficult. That question tells me you're a beginner because like what is an AI? Like it's just a sort of a collection of models and like just an interface to use them. If you're a beginner, I would say probably one of the easiest things to do is use well, these sites, they don't really allow too much not safe for work unless you pay now, but you can still do safe for work stuff and just kind of get like a feel for things. uh, the easiest thing to probably start with is something like Civet AI. If you're in a country that wants your ID to look at porn, if you need a license to look at porn, even if you're not doing the porn, Civet has like Civet Green or something now. I don't remember what it is, but they have like an option now where you wouldn't have to use a VPN to access it. So Civet's like a good point. Civet AI, civet.ai, CIVIT.ai. Here, I'll just type it in the chat. Civet AI. There we go. That'll tell you how long the delay is between me and the chat too. So Civet AI is there. There's another one called like I don't remember. Somebody else in the chat probably will know. There's like Pixel AI or Pix. It's not Pixiv. That's like an art site. I don't remember what it's called. Can somebody in the chat help me out here? There's like some kind of other AI, but these sites that like let you go in and do some stuff for free, right? Those are a great starting point to do AI stuff. But what I would really recommend is just watching some videos. Pix AI. Yeah, Pix AI. Okay. Just watch some videos. Just go on YouTube and just type in like how to make a picture with Pix AI, how to make a picture with Civet AI, and just learn the basics about AI stuff because there's not it people who've never used AI before, and you'll hear this from a lot of artists that you probably like, right? They will tell you, oh, AI, it just steals a bunch of art and then you press a button and then you get art. But that's not at all how it works. Like AI, the biggest like thing you can take from excuse, I don't know what's wrong with my chest today. I guess I'm getting sick. But the biggest skill from art that you can take to AI art, and it is completely 100% transferable, is omittance. The ability to weed out and leave out things that are bad, right? So when you're selecting a model, you have to choose a base model called a checkpoint. This will be in probably some of those videos and stuff. But the checkpoint, and this is getting into like lessons, which is probably not what you wanted, but you'll need to select a checkpoint. You'll need to know this to use these sites. You'll need to select checkpoint model. The two right now everyone loves is illustrious or Y-lustrious, and anything that was made with Noob AI. That's the two everybody really likes. So those are called your checkpoint. Those are the big models with like millions of images that are all tagged and trained and everything. And then if you want to do something specific, typically it's going to work out better for you if you get what's called a low rank model to stick on top of that. I watched a tutorial one time where they compared it to hiring a photographer, right? So you want to hire a photographer so that he can get you pictures of this thing, right? So you hire a photographer, and the photographer is great. He's done millions of images. However, you really want this photographer to take a very specific type of picture, or he needs a very specific type of equipment to get the certain kind of picture that you want. Maybe it's a picture of an eagle that's really far away or something like that. He needs a certain lens to do that. So you equip him with a smaller tool that allows him to better do that specific thing. That's a low rank model. That's what's called a LoRa, where there are Dreamkeeper's LoRas. There's a LoRa for Lilith. There's a LoRa for V. There's a LoRa for Bobby. There's a LoRa for Wisp. There's a LoRa for Mace and Nama and everybody, right? So you want to choose that LoRa, and you want to choose a good one, that's usually trained on whatever kind of art style you want the thing to be in, and then you just go through and you just type in what you want, basically. The biggest things when typing in what you want are to make sure that you use whatever keyword activates that LoRa, and you're going to want to put stuff in there, like the base model will tell you like what should be in the positive and negative prompt, right? Like you'll have like, usually it'll be like masterpiece, best quality. Sometimes those things will include like 4K absurd res and all this other bullshit. You don't need that. Unless you want to make that deep fried garbage everybody makes with AI where it looks like it's just super hyper fucking detailed. You don't want that. Like that's again the skill of omittance, the skill of like weeding out stuff you don't want. You're gonna want to just pay attention to what's on those models and stuff. And then when you prompt, just usually models now understand that natural prompting language. So just give them like a paragraph of what you want. Like, I want, I don't know, I want V laying in a hammock with a wooden interior and she's reading a book or something like that, right? I want that. And I want her to be in like her pajamas. So you would say something like that. And then underneath that, you would type in like what is basically like E621 tags and with commas separating them. Like, laying back, hammock, wooden interior, inside, candle lit, pajamas, lagomorph, just anything. You can go and just look on E621 and look and see like what tags an image of V might have on it that's sort of similar to what you want. And then you can type that in. And another thing that's good about these sites, other than doing like stuff just on your own, is you can go and look at other people's pictures. And typically, especially if they're made with the site, you can look and see like how they made them. You can look and see what models they used. You can look and see what they prompted, what settings they used and everything. That kind of, just seeing those examples is actually probably the best way to start now that I think about it. So if you just go there and look at those examples, even if you don't really understand what you're looking at, you can even hit this button if you choose the image. I know Civet has a feature like this where you can choose this thing when you look at an image called like remix or image to image or something like that. And then it'll just automatically put all that stuff in the prompt for you, and you can just change what you want to change. That's probably the best place to start, honestly.
Hazen, have you thought about getting some throat coat?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get some soon.
Yeah.
I'm drinking this coffee right now because they actually had it in the stupid machine today.
Hey, nice.
Oh, was it the coffee you've been looking for? The canned one?
Once a month they'll actually have it in there, but when it is, there's a line. Everybody's sitting there waiting for like the machine guy to come. That's my other complaint. Always looks overproduced. God almighty. Yeah, I don't know, this is awful, but I may have to make some tea or something hot here in a second. Yeah, that is a thing that is stupid. If you ever see anyone bragging about how they made a 4K image with AI, slap them. Because that is a waste of AI. That is so stupid. Like, no one draws in 4K. Like, you want, ideally when you're making something with AI, you want it to look as comfy and like simple and good and expressive as something that someone made without AI, because we've been making art without AI forever, and this is what people are used to looking at, and this is what actually looks really good. People have spent thousands of years figuring out like what looks appealing to humans, and you can make that kind of stuff with AI, and it can be indistinguishable if you do it right. But if you do it wrong, it looks like this overfried crap. It looks like someone, someone was gonna make mac and cheese, for instance, and they're just like, well, I have this machine that can put any ingredient in the world in my mac and cheese. So I'm not gonna just make mac and cheese. I'm gonna make mac and cheese with cinnamon and apples, and I like chicken too. I'm gonna also have chicken in there, and I'm also gonna have this and you just, by the time you end up getting the thing cooked, it's not fucking mac and cheese anymore. It's like just garbage. It's just trash. Just throw it out. Like, wild animals wouldn't even eat the food because it's just so bad. And that's what a lot of AI stuff is. It's just like the tools of the gods handed to cavemen, handed to people who do not know a fucking thing about art, and they're just excited that like, oh, I can make an 8K image of Michiru's butthole. I'm doing it right now. I did it. Like, yeah, cool. I mean, is that like, are you happy with that? Like for more than like a second though? Like, it's AI stuff is full of people who have no interest in actually making art. They just have interest in making like blow up dolls for them to look at, or they just have interest in like pushing it to its limit and being like, I made a 16K picture of Judy Hopps. Okay, well, she's not even 16K in the movie, man. Like, why did you do that? Negative prompts. Yeah, negative prompts are important. Don't let, for most models. There are some models that don't even, I think some of the, what are they called? I don't remember. There's like a thing that come out recently. It come out right before Pony 7. I don't remember what it was called. It was like Chaos or something like that. I don't remember, but there's a couple models that they're based on like the Flux things. This one, the one I'm thinking of was also based on Flux. They don't use negative prompts because they're, I don't know, I guess they think they're so confident that their positive prompt thing will actually get what you want that they don't even have like it just zeroes out the negative prompt. So some things will use that. I don't know if they have that interface built into the site or not yet.
What if you do a negative prompt and
Judy's
say no?
Extremely popular.
What if you do a negative prompt and say no AI? What happens? The universe folds in on
No
itself.
AI. Make no AI. Yeah, it just shuts down the whole system. Everything just explodes.
So, like, do they still need to use checkpoints and stuff if you are doing... Because I saw a video about that seed dance, where it's like, oh, you can take the first frame of a video and the last frame of a video, and then it'll make the video in between. So I'm like, oh, could I do keyframes on animation with that? Do you still need, like, a checkpoint to do, like, an animation frame A and an animation frame B, and then ask the AI to, like, fill in in-betweens or something?
Yeah, you can. Well, I think Flux can, or not Flux. Seed Dance was doing that pretty good for a while, but then they sort of neutered it because people were uploading like copyrighted shit. They were having like Naruto fighting fucking Gojo and stuff like that.
I mean, if it's, I guess this is getting into like interesting like territory of the future. How is that significantly different from fan art though? Like, they allow people to draw fan art. It's not like anybody's... Like, I could get it if someone was, like, monetizing their Naruto seed dance video. Then it's like, oh, well, you don't have the right to make money off of Naruto. That's...
Well, that is the difference. They are monetizing it because you have to pay a subscription to use Seed Dance.
Oh, so seed dances...
It's being with the sold service, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the end user, though, they're not, like, monetizing it. They're not like, hey, everyone, pay a bunch of money to see my thing of Naruto flying around the ceiling, as opposed to one you could just make yourself. I don't know, it seems like there's no one that is paying for the... Like, they might be paying for the capacity to use AI in general, but I don't think anyone is... I would imagine no one's paying for the content, because who's going to pay for, like, someone else's Naruto generations, you know?
Well, I don't know, but people will pay for. I mean, people fucking who do like King of the Hill YouTube poops have fucking Patreons and stuff now.
Yeah,
So you never know. Like people might pay for it. Personally, I think that it really just shouldn't be a problem unless you're producing a show or something like that. I don't know, but the fact is, like, they just, you know, these especially like Bandai and what's the other one, Toy, Toy.
Toy.
They are, both of those companies are fucking extremely litigious. They're like the Nintendo of anime,
Oh,
and they own like most like shonen stuff. So if you're trying to make a thing like that, you can be sure they're gonna have something to say about it. And you know, some little AI company that's like trying to get off the ground or whatever, they're probably not gonna be like, we should have a lawsuit that we'll lose. We should have that.
Yeah, but I mean, people could still be. But why would they nerf that whole feature though? Because say I have like I draw, like let's say I'm getting back into skirmish animation, and I'm like, hey, I've got like a very subtle motion, and I know I need 5 keyframes, but it'd be great if I could get C dance to draw those 5 in betweens, because, or you know, I have an A keyframe, B keyframe, I got 5 in betweens. It's super subtle. There's no creativity involved. C dance. Here's the first frame. Here's the last frame. Draw some in betweens. Like, I'm not asking it to in between Naruto, so why would that feature be impaired for that use case?
I don't think that the feature is. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, but the feature of like uploading a character and having an animation happen,
Yeah.
that is not disabled.
Oh, okay.
Just uploading copyrighted stuff that the thing knows how to detect is disabled.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, to me that's a little lame, but that's not like a huge problem because I don't have any plans to create Naruto generations in the near future.
I'm going crazy trying to figure out what that fucking model is called now.
Which model? A Naruto model?
The one that's based on, it's like an open source one that was based on Flux. I swear it starts with like a CH or something, and I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna look and see if I still maybe have that one. Guess I don't. There's just, it's like a little bit older, and I don't think many people used it for a long. Oh wait, it's probably in like the diffuser thing. I might actually still have it. Guess I don't. I don't know. Chroma, that's what it was. I don't still have it, but like Chroma is what it was called, and it was like somebody basically like used the open source free to use Flux technology and made their own thing. And I don't know if Chroma is still being used, and I'm actually gonna look into that because Chroma was cool. It was kind of like Flux. It could do text well, but I think Quinn sort of ate its lunch because like Quinn came out and it could just do everything, and it could just like, you know, people were making more Loras for that. So that's always like a test of like what's gonna survive this thing, probably because people are making like Loras and modifications for it.
So I guess Laura's actually had to be assembled differently for different checkpoint models.
Yeah, like when Mamo makes like a model for like a Dreamkeeper's character,
Yeah.
that's what he's doing, is he's training a Laura, and the Laura has to be trained specifically in a way where it's compatible with a certain model. So like a illustrious model for V might not work as well with like a noob AI checkpoint.
Huh.
Chroma 0.1. Nope, I don't know. I don't think Chroma. I don't see that Chroma has. I don't see that there's like an update, like a big update for Chroma. As far as like. A new checkpoint or anything, which is, yeah, that's a little bit sad, because it seemed like they were genuinely like some promising stuff coming out of that, but it may still be alive. People are still doing generations with it on the site, at least up until up until an hour ago. I guess it is still around. No one's really looking at them. It looks like it's mostly like the same people who are doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I also think one of the advantages about Chroma is that it is uncensored. A lot of people kind of like that, you know. I like models that are uncensored just so I have the capability to do whatever I want to do with it, instead of like you run into something and it's just like, oh well, I can't generate a girl in a bikini because that's too close to being not safe for work. So instead I'll just have like a towel around her. And it's like, okay, well that not only is that not porn, but also it's not what I wanted, which was also not porn.
Yeah, I've even run into that once or twice, making like product mock-ups on Grok. You know, 'cause sometimes I'll be like, oh, I can't wait to see how this enamel pin looks, and I'll be like, Grok, take my design and show me how it'll look when it's done. And every now and then it'll just be like, oh, our content filter snagged that one. It's like, snagged what? This it'll be like, yeah, like maybe a chick in a bikini, or even just like something totally innocuous, but it's content filters like, oh, interception. We saved you. We saved you from immorality. No problemo. We got you covered. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You can do quite a lot with things like Chroma and Flux, and there's even like a newer version of Flux and Flux Context. I don't remember what they're called. That's one thing about AI. Like right now it's in its heyday as far as like development and stuff goes. So if you're gonna get into AI and start using it, be prepared for things to move very, very quickly. People will come out with quantized, better models that take up less of your VRAM and can work on smaller and smaller cards, like almost every day. As soon as something comes out, somebody will just go through and quantize it, because with the advent of AI comes this really cool thing called AI, and you can have AI, you can program an AI to do something a certain way that makes good results, and then you can just have it repeat that, so you can do these kinds of things a whole lot faster.
Okay, so there's people that were curious about that double page spread I was yakking about. This is what I was doing over much of the weekend. Was getting some volume 6 artwork busted out. And I've got like a nice little inspirational book in the other room, Anime Architecture, and they've got so much like incredibly detailed hand-painted backgrounds for all these classic animes like Pat Labor, Akira, stuff like that, Ghost in the Shell. It's just sort of makes me realize, wow, there's people that like other people have gone all out with like these crazy insane actions and backgrounds and stuff. So it sort of makes me want to just level it up as much as we can for the next volume of Dreamkeepers, since we're getting some of these equipment rigs and some pretty hard-hitting action. I want to just turn the dial up on it. Oh, thank you. No, I don't need water right now. But yeah, this is. And since our scan bed can only take an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper anyways, I just taped 2 pieces of paper together. I'm gonna have to connect it later in post, especially because I took this and in the page layout, I turned it into a bit of a Dutch angle. So this seam is probably gonna be pretty visible on a lot of the paper area, but I think I can just massage that back together when I'm doing the coloring stuff. So should all come out as a really cool, epic double page spread, if everything goes according to plan.
Looks cool. I can't wait to see the Kilgars in action.
The Kilgars! Actually, we'll probably see Kilgar in action before we see the Kilgears in action. I got that Starbarians fan animation is a go for finishing this week. It's gonna be
Kilgar, no.
Yeah, Hasten, thank you so much for doing that audio.
It's so good.
You're
really
welcome. I didn't know we were gonna say that it was. I don't know how much that's like under wraps, but I think what do you need to do with it? Just add the audio to it and that's it?
Yep, I basically just need to put the audio into my little Blender lip sync automated program thing. And then once I get the audio in there, their lips should automatically sync. and then I'll render the frames and, you know, composite it, put maybe a few effects on there in Resolve, make it look all cool and fancy, and then boom, we'll have a nice little animation helping to promote Harry Partridge's graphic novel that is criminally underappreciated. It's a really good book. Very fun. If you like
Starbarians is so funny.
It is. And if you're like, oh, the cartoon is funny, if only there was a whole graphic novel of it with a longer adventure. There is, so people should enjoy that.
What if there were 2 or 3? Yeah, I love Starbarians, but I think my I like a lot of like Harry's old stuff, like when he would make fun of games and just do like the most insane shit. Like I don't remember the name of it, but there was like a cartoon he did where it was just like some nerd. He was going to like prom or something in like a really white suit, and he kept like running into like weird mishaps. Like at some point he was just like he accidentally stepped on a skateboard and was like rolling downhill or something, and at the end of it, like he's up in the air and it looks like he's like flying right into like the prom thing or something, but he just gets skewered on like a fence.
I didn't see that one. I gotta check out some of his older stuff.
His older stuff is, I'm not gonna say it's better, but like it has like a totally different flavor to it, and it's just it's like early internet type stuff, and I love it for that. It's just like a personal thing with me. But the things that he does now that I like is the Dr. Bees series. They're just so insane, and like I love his stuff now. What I love about it is like it's really sort of like poking fun at like those 90s, like early 90s, late 80s like action cartoons from like America for a while. So like they're it's poking fun at that stuff in like a way that's really funny, really well animated. Like I can't think of like a Newgrounds animator that actually does like more smooth and good looking animation than Harry does. That's why it takes forever for him to come out with stuff, but that the result is, it speaks for itself.
Totally worth
it. But
it's also
he does all the voices, like
sometimes
you were
too,
saying,
like
the Dr. Beast thing, like how he does all the voices even for the women. I think that's so funny.
I love that too. Like, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic or anything. Like, I seriously love how he does every voice in that, because to me it gets that same energy as when a kid is playing make-believe with their toys and they are doing all the voices like, pow, pow, oh no, yeah, oh, look out. Like, it's got that same like innocent, exuberant, really fun energy, and I think that just adds something to it. It would not be improved by like a full range of like voice actors for every character. It's perfect.
I think that it gives it its own like flavor in a way. It's really funny.
It is. It's good stuff. And if you guys didn't know, Harry Partridge has a store where you can buy his books, or a Patreon where you can pay for him to make more animations faster, which is always nice.
Do you want me to get the links?
Yeah. If I'm shilling it, you might as well toss some links in there.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the YouTube channel.
Because I know one of you in this audience right now. I know one of you was like, oh, maybe I'll check that out. But I don't. And then you're not going to, because the link is not right in front of you. But you would if the link was right in front of you. So Liz is gonna take care of you. Don't worry, it's coming. I know you were thinking about, do I want to Google it and look for? That's just a little too far. That's a little too far to carry myself. I gotta stay here. Well, we're assembling the bridge to the Rainbow Valhalla bridge to Harry Partridge's Patreon is on the way. You'll just have to
man, I just saw that the U.S. government might be compelling Tencent to divest their shares from U.S. gaming companies for national security. Oh my God.
Goodbye, Tencent.
Yeah, I think that would be great for like weird foreign companies that obviously have like some agenda to be like out of like gaming in like Europe and the US.
I would even like weird domestic companies that obviously have some agenda to be out of gaming, if I'm being honest. I think
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but like I also think like a good for if like the choice is like a first step is like to have people just doing games in their own country and then just trying to sell it other places instead of like buying competition.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. But I mean, it's your fault if you go public. Like if you do an IPO, you no longer have control of your company and you never will again.
Yep. That's right. Isn't Valve still privately owned, I think?
Yeah, that's why they have 8,000 lawsuits they're dealing with right now all over the world.
Yeah, because how dare you have anything that has a tiny amount of cultural influence in the entertainment market, and you cannot be owned externally. That can't be allowed to stand. Well, I'm glad that Gabe Newell seems to be fighting the good fight and actually being like, oh, you know what? This actually wouldn't be the best thing for video games and people that like to play video games. And then apparently that necessitates like New York is deciding that they have to be destroyed now. Well, I don't know why New York is suing Valve, but I guess they're like really upset that they don't get to call the shots. I don't know, like I don't know why one of the Rothschilds was suing Valve a while ago, and they lost and got their butt handed to them in court.
Yeah, because the ultra rich billionaire people write laws, and they write laws in certain ways where they're allowed to just like use them to troll and like get money out of companies and stuff. Like that particular Rothschild guy is like known as a guy who just goes around and just like patent and copyright trolls people. He'll just figure out someone's making something and then he'll copyright it or something, and then he'll be like, no, I got the copyright first, nah. And then he'll do a lawsuit, and typically, you know, people see someone named Rothschild is suing you for a copyright thing, and they just immediately bow down. It's like, yes, Mr. Rothschild, what do you want? Gabe said, no, Mr. Rothschild, I don't care what you want. I'm going to lawyer up and fight this because I think I can win. And they did win. They won that lawsuit, and because they won, well, I'm not gonna say because they won that lawsuit. It could all just be coincidence, you know. But they like seriously, I think 2 states and like some other foreign countries have sued Valve over like the most stupid shit.
Suddenly,
Like one of them is like, oh well, CS:GO, you can get random items as you play CS:GO, so it's basically slot machines for kids. That's what you're trying to do, right? Is get kids addicted to slot machines. One of them was so ridiculous. I can't remember what it even was they were suing them for. Like, I wish I could. You know, I'm going to look up the current lawsuits while we have 20 minutes here. Current lawsuits.
T-minus 20 minutes to defend Valve's honor.
That's like Valve has always been like, Valve is not a perfect company. I'm not like a Valve stan, but there are. Valve has always stood up for people, and they've always been a privately owned company that hasn't like just sold out to whatever billionaire conglomerate wants to come by and be like, yes, I would like 4,000 trillion shares, please. Like Gabe could be part of this like billionaire class if he did that, but it's more important for him to have like a platform that actually is just interested in delivering good games to people.
I like that.
Never once has Valve ever took a political stance either. That's like amazing.
That is really refreshing, actually. I also just like for me, I would imagine like, let's say I was in a position like Gabe Newell, where it's like, oh, someone wants to buy my creative endeavors, and I can be a billionaire. Whoa! It's like, if I think about what I want out of life, I want to be making things. I want to have an outlet for my creativity more than I want to be a billionaire, like by a lot. Like if I was a billionaire and it's just like, okay, well you can't, well Dreamkeepers or Vivid or anything, now that's not yours. You can't do those things. What can you do? Oh, you can sit on a beach and sip on a margarita. Woo! Like that'll be fun for like what?
Wouldn't you want to do that and die? Yeah.
It's
okay,
like, oh, I can sip a margarita on the beach. Okay, cool. Like 1 hour later, we've done that. then there's the rest of your life, and if you sold off your own like creative ambitions, then what are you going to do with the rest of your life? Decide to sip another margarita tomorrow? I don't. Being a billionaire, like just the notion of being rich and doing nothing and just living in luxury, it sounds like so terrible. I'm sorry, it really does. Like
That sounds like hell to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have no freedom other than just to like relax constantly. I think rest is as important as like making stuff, but to just rest out of balance and do nothing else forever, like that seems like how you become the fat people from Wall-E. Anyway, there's right now there's 3 major lawsuits. There's the Lee Rothschild copyright troll patent thing. They were, the jury found in favor of Valve on all counts, including violations of Washington's Patent Troll Prevention Act.
nice.
So that was a favorable outcome. There could not have been a better outcome for Valve in that case. And because Lee Rothschild lost that case, again, I'm not gonna say because, but it could be coincidence that suddenly within the same year as that happening, 2 other major people have sued Valve over retarded shit. So the current ones are, the one everybody knows about is the New York Attorney General lawsuit, where the New York Attorney General is asserting that the games like Counter-Strike 2 and Dota, where you have like the loot box thing, where you play for a little while, you get a loot box. And then I think with Team Fortress 2, you have to buy a key. And you get a key and you can open your loot box and you get like some end game items. Some of them are worth money. Like if you sell them on the marketplace, you can get like actual cash for them, and you can, you can like make a bunch of money doing that, but it's hard to do that because you basically just have to build like a bot network, a bot army to just play these games over and over. And then you ruin the game, and then Valve has to go in and change things where they can detect bots and get rid of them. So you're really just creating more work for yourself and everyone else for no profit at all. So New York Attorney General is suing Valve over that. I think loot boxes are stupid. I don't think that Valve is the thing that they're trying to say is that the purpose of these loot boxes is to entice minors to gamble for virtual items and addict them to like the gambling aspect of it. I think that's horseshit. Again, this is like a parent your kids. Don't let your kids play Dota for 18 hours a day.
Well, I'm also not like a law over here. I'm not an expert necessarily.
You're not
but
the law, Dave.
I'm not the law, not quite. But it seems to me like if New York or a state has a problem with that type of mechanic being put into a game, shouldn't the appropriate target of their cease and desist or lawsuits or whatever, shouldn't they be targeting the developer of that game? It's not like Valve is telling the developers, here's what you have to put in your game.
Valve is the developer.
Oh, Valve is the developer for those? Okay, I didn't know that.
For Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2 and Team Fortress and Half-Life and whatever that new thing is with the gargoyle girl in it or whatever, Valve is actually the developer for those games.
Okay, that does make more sense to me then. At first I thought it was like third-party developers, and I was like, well, why are they suing the mall for what one store owner in the mall is doing, you know?
Oh no, yeah, this is, I mean, they have pinpointed the targets correctly somehow. I don't imagine the New York Attorney General plays a lot of Counter-Strike and Dota and Team Fortress, but you know, they somehow know that these are developed by them.
Well, I don't know. Like, anyway, it's possible. Like, if those are games that Epstein was big into, they might play him more than you think.
Maybe. I mean, he's still playing Fortnite apparently.
Yeah.
But the other one right now, I swear there was like a Brazil one or something going on, but I don't know if maybe that's not happened or something. But the other major one now is the UK, of course. Do you have a license? The UK.
Oh boy.
Brit Bongistan is suing Valve for over 600 million pounds, and it was initiated by Vicky Shotbolt on behalf of approximately 14 million UK users. They claim Valve's practices force game publishers into restrictive agreements, preventing them from offering better prices on competing platforms. Yeah, when you sign up for a game, I know this because I've signed up and developed several games with Steam, I didn't develop them. I was part of like, you know, getting them on, publishing them and doing like here and there type stuff for them. But when you upload a game to Steam, the process of putting a game on Steam consists of this. You go to Steamworks and you make a Steamworks profile, which can sometimes just be your regular Steam profile. I think it's been a while since I actually made a profile in there, but like typically you want to have a separate one because those things are gonna appear in something, right? But like you go and you pay $100 for like an application credit, and then you now have 1 credit for an application, so you can upload an application to the Steam thing.
Yeah.
And then you, depending on what type of application you're uploading, whether it's like a play test or like a full game, you fill out a whole bunch of stuff for the store page, and you have to put all the information on there that they want before you're actually able to put the game out. But part of the agreement for you like signing up and putting an application on there is that Steam will always have the best deal. Not that you have to have a certain price, but that wherever you can sell this in other places, but if it's going to be on Steam, Steam always has to have the lowest price.
Okay. I mean, that seems like that seems sort of like a basic condition of a marketplace. That doesn't seem outrageous to me.
Right. That like I don't know if many other game marketplaces have a condition like that, but it makes fucking sense. Like okay, well, it prevents you from offering better prices on competing platforms. If you sign it, yes. If you don't and put it on another platform, then they can't prevent you from doing shit, can they?
Reminds me of that meme like, oh, like I consent and I consent. It's like, isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Yeah, did you forget to ask Vicky Shotbolt on behalf of approximately 14 million UK users? So it's a class action thing. So, you know, what they're hoping, I bet you anything, what they're hoping in this UK case is that they just send a letter out to a whole bunch of people saying, you could have a bunch of money from Valve if you just participate in this class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
And then they'll go, I like Valve, but I sure would like a whole lot of money so I could buy more Valve things. And then they sign it, and then like, oh, now it's on behalf of 14 million UK users who are all angry about this. No one's angry about it. No one fucking cares.
I mean,
people just want to buy games and play games.
I would imagine that is not gonna matter at all. Like, well, what am I saying? I would say that if there's like an actual like functional justice system, that lawsuit should just get, you know, shot down before it even becomes a lawsuit. It should be pretty simple. But we are talking about the UK, which is kind of turning it into a ridiculous place. But like, let's say the UK is like, oh, you don't have a license to do anything. Like, can he just be like, okay, well then Valve stuff is not available in the UK. Sorry. If you guys are in the UK and you want to buy something from Valve, too bad. Can you just basically like nope out of the UK if they start doing ridiculous things like that?
I'm not sure where Hazen went.
I just got muted for some reason. I don't know how that happened.
Oh,
I was gonna
It's
say
UK.
they can block the UK, but it's probably blocking the UK is probably going to be more expensive than just fighting the lawsuit.
Well,
and
yeah.
blocking the UK won't necessarily negate the lawsuit either.
Well, what I was
So,
thinking was
it's-
like not that they would neglect to win the lawsuit, but that instead, like, if the lawsuit is lost, rather than change how they do business, they're like, okay, well, I guess we can no longer do business in the UK if this lawsuit is lost, and then they'd be like, you know, moving forward, no UK for us. I mean, at some point, if the UK is just getting really
they
weird
can,
and
but-
censorious, it's just sort of like, I don't know if we necessarily
They're
want
gonna-
to let like the worst island set the speed limit for everybody's, you know, freedom of speech and business practices.
Yeah, well, the thing is, right? So you have lost the lawsuit to Lee Rothschild. Suddenly, New York Attorney General has a big. They're not concerned with anything else that's going on in New York right now. What they're concerned with is, you know, Valve, this company that's like from Washington that sells video games. What New York is really, really, really worried about is that.
Yeah.
And they are suddenly, oh my God, we have to have Valve be brought under control from all the crazy gambling that they're doing. And the crazy gambling that they're doing is so important, and we have to have this big lawsuit about it. At the same time, the UK says, oh, well, we have to have a big lawsuit about it. We have to have a big lawsuit, not about the gambling, but about this other thing that's bad about Valve, which is that they're saying that you have to have the lowest price on Steam and nowhere else if you're going to be on Steam. That sounds pretty bad. We don't want that. So what's happening now, obviously, if you read between the lines and pay attention, and Valve, I bet you anything understands this perfectly, there is a globally concerted effort to punish Valve for not being publicly sold, publicly traded, and for not bending the knee to rich people who want to get a bunch of money out of Valve for punishing them. Like, they have a whole playbook for punishing people like this. They've done it to political opponents. They've done it to other businesses that won't like just surrender everything to them. Especially anywhere like the UK and Europe, it's extremely easy to do this stuff. So if you were to bend the knee in one way or the other, if Valve tomorrow was to say, hey, we'll settle with you, we'll give you $4 million and we'll block the UK and we won't use the UK anymore, then they could settle for that. That sends a message to other countries where these rich people can go pay these litigators to go, hey, we did this in the UK and they blocked the UK and they also gave them $4 million. So now we're going to have this happen in Germany, France, Austria, Belgium, everywhere else. Every other country is going to do this shit. Australia is absolutely going to be ready to do that. And you're just going to have country after fucking country come after you the same way this age verification ID shit is everywhere. Everybody is just going to do this at the same time to get as much money and punishment out of you as possible for being an independent company. So that, like, to me, if I was at Valve in charge of like their litigation stuff, I'm not. I thank God that I'm not. My first order of business would be, we cannot fucking like let any of this shit slip. We cannot ever show people that it's okay to fuck with us and bully us and just, we'll give you money. We'll reward that kind of behavior for you trying to like bring a stupid, retarded lawsuit that we might even win up against us.
Well, it sets a bad precedent, because then if you bend the knee to one bully, then it's just like, you know, schoolyard rules. It's gonna be ringing the dinner bell. Then it's like open season. Everybody's gonna be like, so they've this guy that was behaving badly. Right, this guy that was behaving badly and bullying them and attacking them and being an aggressor, he got rewarded. They are weak. Let's all go get our mouthful of flesh. It's open season, you know.
Let's just make sure every country is blocked with Valve. Every country in the world is just blocked, and then Epic Games can be, you know, Epic Games will benefit from this because they have their own competing platform.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Epic Games is somehow involved, or Tencent or somebody who's like an owner of Epic Games is somehow involved in this shit, because they've been trying for years to explain to people how bad Valve is and how Valve is actually this evil company that takes all the money from developers and all this other crap. It's just not true. It's completely, it is a fantasy that people will ever even believe that, because everybody who has used Steam has had a mostly good experience with it, because they try to make sure that the experience you have with Steam, both as a developer and a fucking player, is good. Imagine that.
This is all these are like, especially the fact that Valve is willing to stand up for itself. It makes me more and more satisfied that that's sort of our marketplace of choice for producing vivid games and releasing vivid games. And I mean, it's not even like we are
the right horse for that.
It's not even like we're foreign to this sort of dynamic ourselves. As most people know, we just got through winning a ridiculously frivolous federal lawsuit that I think, in my opinion, was very much just aimed at trying to be... The people bringing it knew that there's absolutely no merit whatsoever to it, in my opinion. I think that they just wanted to like punish us for not bending to their asinine will.
Oh, they had to know. Yeah, they had to know. Anybody who read those motions to dismiss immediately would fucking understand that this is a couple of retards who fucking thought that like they were going to be able to bully some company because they wouldn't delete a thing with MOC in it or whatever.
But every time I see about someone having like bending the knee to some lawsuit or something, when it's like some big, entity with all these resources, I'm like, hey, we're just a couple of little independents and we didn't bend the knee. How come we have more of a spine than you people? So seeing Valve there with more resources than us, and they're actually sticking up for themselves, it's like that is what I like to see in an independent company. A little bit of spine, a little bit of a chutzpah. So, way to go, Valve. Keep up the good work, I guess.
Yeah. If you want a choice of where to buy games and you want it not to be one global market and you want for there to be people that sell you the games and run the platform that actually give a shit about you and the games, back Valve. Just buy any game you get it from fucking Steam.
And that
just give Valve as much support as fucking possible right now.
And that is our PSA for today, I guess. I'm noticing.
Yeah.
On that note, it's
it's
almost perfectly synchronized with our 4 o'clock 2-hour stream. This prelude's coming pretty good. You guys watched me. You thrilled as I did the blue line sketch on the whole thing. Just doing the pencils on the last panel here. This last panel is going to be doubled because it's like one of those sort of like still beats in the pacing. But yeah, we've been getting some work done. I showed you that double-page spread that I was pleased with, that I've been doing over the weekend. I believe the sale is still going on in the Dreamkeeper store and the Vivid After Dark store. If you guys wanted to pick up any merchandise, I think we're just basically trying to get the sale done. I know we were going to get the store migrated over, but I think we've been very distracted getting the GarageBand campaign, prepared. But the GarageBand campaign is looking good.
Among other things.
All sorts of stuff, but it's going to be an exciting spring. I made a little picture to show you the stretch goals. Whoa, there's Zach on drums. It's gonna be fun. But anything I'm forgetting before we sign off on our Monday stream?
Oh, Dave, Mama wants to know if we can have a full view of that page before the end.
A full view
Mama,
of that page? Yeah, sure. Is he talking about
Is he referring to Prelude or the 2-page spread? I can't tell.
I would guess he's referring to the 2-page spread. Let me grab that. Actually, I'm not sure if I can even fit it on. Maybe if I move the camera back a little. Get ready for it to immediately go totally out of focus. Something like that. And I've already scanned it in, so it's not going to be terrible if it gets a teeny bit smudged or anything.
I think he wants a close-up of Pissed Off V from the Prelude.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what that is.
Well, I can do that too.
He's building.
V is a little bit irked.
And then we want to know if the sketch of the month art will be uploaded eventually. I believe.
Yeah.
I think the fan art still needs to be done.
I got just fan art for March still, but sketch of the month is done, so I could probably upload that. I should get around to uploading it tonight or tomorrow. So sketch of the month is coming very soon. And Zhao, even though we shot her into the sun during fan art February, I guess she's fine. I guess she got dusted off and brought back from being shot into the sun. She's okay. We're gonna show she's the March fan art. Who'd have thought? Can't believe no one ever wants to draw Gorse. There's not a lot of Rule 34 of Gorse. It's very mystifying to me. It's only a matter of time, though. All right, well.
There will be now.
There will be now. Oh no. Well, I think that's about it. And am I missing anything, or are we good? Is this the stream?
When are we gonna see us on Friday?
Yeah, the only other thing would be get in if you want to vote for the April and all. If you want to vote for like the next month's SCOM and fan art thing, get in the Fluxer. That's where we're doing it now to kind of stress test Fluxer and see how it does under heavy load.
Good deal.
Links in the Discord.
Links in the Discord. All right, well, this has been a fun stream. Thank you everybody for hanging out, watching me doodle, listening to us have some conversation. And we'll be back on Friday, normal time Friday, I believe. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern is planned. Meanwhile, have a good week. Stay safe. Look out for March weather being all windy and snowy and sunny and everything. We'll see you on Friday.
Tegus.
And Tegus, yeah. Stream ends. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1.